Dear student, welcome to my channel. Topic of this video is why natural language processing is hard to process. This is the sixth video on introduction to NLP. Now let us start. Natural language is extremely rich in form and structure, and therefore it is inherently ambiguous. This ambiguity presents several challenges in designing algorithm for NLP. Multiple meanings. Many inputs can have the same meaning and vice versa. Unclear interaction. The interaction among the components of the input is often not clear. To address these challenges, various machine learning techniques are employed in NLP. Ambiguity. The same word can have multiple interpretation or meanings. Ambiguity can be present at multiple levels. Ambiguity at multiple levels. For example, word level. A single word can have different meanings. For example, bat. It can be referred to animal or cricket bat. And bank. It can be a financial institution or river bank. Sentence level. The structure of sentence can lead to different interpretations. For example, the old man the boots. It can be confusing without proper syntactic analysis. Here the old man, if we take as a noun phrase referring to elderly person, and we can't understand the meaning of the statement. But here the man is used as a verb meaning to operate or staff. So sentence actually meaning is the old people or elderly individuals operate the boats. Paragraph level. Context across a multiple sentence can create the ambiguity. For example, resolving which noun a pronoun refers to might require understanding of the entire paragraph. For example, John visited Tom at his house. He was feeling under the weather. The doctor had advised rest. It was a brief meeting. Now the questions are unanswered. So for human it is very easy to understand, but for machine it is very difficult to understand this paragraph. For example, who was feeling under the weather, John or Tom? Who did the doctor advise, John or Tom? Whose house was it, John's or Tom's? Was the meeting brief because of the illness or doctor advice or some other reason? Context level. The broader context of the conversation or text can change the meaning. For example, I need some space has multiple context in terms of alone environment, physical space for office. Pronoun level. Pronoun like he, she or it can refer to different entities, and determining the correct reference can be challenging without a context. So these are the various difficulty present at different level. Now we'll see some extreme examples of lexical ambiguity. For example, sentence is Rose rose to put rose on her rows of roses. Now here homophones are used, that is word that sound the same but have different meanings and often different spellings. Now here first rose is nothing but the person name, second rose is nothing but stood up, third is nothing but the pink colored, fourth rose that is ROE is nothing but the fertilizer of fish eggs, and last rose of rose is nothing but the flower beds. So meaning is that Rose stood up to put pink fish eggs, that is fertilizers, on her flower beds. So here we can see that rose and roses, they comes under the category of homophone. So it is very difficult to understand this statement. The sailor sailed the sea to see the sea. The sailor here is a person who sails. Then here sailed is a verb, that is action of sailing. The sea, the body of water, to see, to look, and the sea, again the body of water. So if for this example this is a sentence, but if it is originally in audio format, and audio to text conversion becomes very difficult. So here basically the meaning statement of the meaning is the sailor sailed on the sea to look at the sea. But if particularly this statement is in audio, then it is very difficult to understand this statement. Next example, will, wills, will. Now what is the meaning of this statement? Here three wills are there. So someone is asked first will, that is someone is asked first will. Whether, that whether is nothing but will, whether or will. A second person whose name is also will include third person, this is the third person whose name is also will in the second person's wills. So basically meaning is that someone asks first person whose name is also will, whether, that is nothing but will, second person whose name is also will include third person whose name is also will in second person's will. So it is very difficult to understand, and this is the extreme example of lexical ambiguity. So here there is a will for proper noun. This will is nothing but the verb, and this will is nothing but the will, that is nothing but did or bequeath. Language imprecision and vagueness. The concert was fairly enjoyable. Here the fairly enjoyable is subjective and doesn't provide any clear information about the quality of the concert or the speaker's level of satisfaction. The service was somewhat satisfactory. This statement is also ambiguous, as somewhat satisfactory could indicate barely acceptable service or reasonable good service depending on speaker standard. Did John finish this project yesterday? I think he probably did. So this is nothing but question answer. So here I think he probably did is imprecise and vague because it expresses uncertainty and lack definite information about whether John finished his project or not. So here language imprecision and vagueness is present in statement. Next is words or phrases having a multiway interpretation or confused meaning. For example, I used to be baker but I couldn't make enough dough. So here dough can refer to both mixture used to make the bread or slang for the money. I saw the man with the telescope. So for this statement lot of meanings are there, but here only two are given. That is, I used telescope to see the man, or I saw a man who holding a telescope. The duck is ready to eat. The two possible meanings are the duck is hungry, or duck, that is nothing but food, is cooked and ready to be eaten. The old man, the boats. So I have already explained. This can mean elderly people are those who operating the boats, or it can be read confusingly due to the unconventional structure, that is nothing but the old man. So we will see that this old man is as a noun phrase, but here the old is nothing but noun phrase, and here man act as a verb. Non-standard use of English, that is nothing but informal short form. Abbreviations and numbers. For example, see you tomorrow at 8. Don't be late. So we can write down this short form. All caps for emphasis. The concert was amazing. I am still buzzing. Excessive punctuation. No way. That's incredible. Can't believe it. Emojis. Just finished my exam. It's time to party. Hashtag. Loving this beach vacation. Sun and sea. No filter needed. Vacuum mode. At mentions. At best friends, let's grab coffee soon. Favorite cafe has a new menu. Slang term. So here variety types are there, but I will explain very simple terms. That is salty, to overreact, and shook, that is nothing but for stun or shock. Dropping letters. What you are doing tonight? Do you want to hang? So this is nothing but we can understand, but it is difficult for the machine to understand such type of words. Combining multiple elements. Oh my god, at Rockstar. Your new album is amazing. Being jamming all day. New obsession. Can't stop, won't stop. So this example demonstrates various ways the people communicate informally online, particularly on social media platform. They often sacrifice proper grammar and spelling for speed, expressiveness and casual tone. But for NLP it is very difficult to understand such type of non-standard use of English. Now new senses of the word. For example, that's a sick dude. Here sick is in the slang sense meanings excellent or impressive rather than ill. So this is nothing but the new sense of word for sick. Viral. Traditional meaning is relating to the caused by virus, but now new sense for online content is spreading rapidly and widely from one internet users to another. Cloud. Traditional meaning is a visible mass of water droplets in the atmosphere, but now new sense is a network of remote servers used to store, manage and process data. Troll. Traditional meaning is mythical creature in folklore, but new sense is a person who posts inflammatory or off-topic messages online to provoke the others. Segmentation issues, because in NLP the basic pre-processing step is nothing but tokenization. So tokenization is not simple because of these segmentation issues. For example, rock and roll. Now the software or particular algorithm can make rock and roll as a separate tokens or rock and roll. So this is the best way, that is this is the perfect. So this is the wrong way in which the segmentation is done. So for that that algorithm require the need of dictionary to check whether the tokenization is done properly or not. For example, New York, here again the proper is New York and not New and York, two different words. Now the golden state warriors. Now variety types of ways are there in which we can perform the tokenization, but the perfect word is golden state warriors. Next is San Francisco Bay Area. So here also we can get variety type of combination, but the correct is San Francisco is one word and Bay Area is another word. The Lord of the Rings. So again lot of combinations are there, but the Lord of the Rings is a just a single word. Then idioms. Idioms are the expression that means something different from what the words actually say. For example, bite the bullet. It means to endure painful or unpleasant situation bravely or without complaint. Break the ice. It refers to doing or saying something to relieve tension. Cut corners means to do something in easiest and quickest or cheapest way, often by ignoring the rules. Spill the beans means to reveal a secret information. Dark horse, unexpected winner. Ball is in your court, it's your turn to act or make a decision. Burn the midnight oil, to work or study late into the night. So these are nothing but the idioms which is generally used in a language. Neologisms. A neologisms is a new word or expression in a language or new meaning for an existing word or expression. For example, selfie, a photograph taken of oneself, typically with smartphone. Binge watch, watching a multiple episode of TV series in one sitting. Clickbait, content designed to attract the attention of encourage clicks. So these are nothing but the new words which come in the language. Unfriend, remove someone from your list of friends. Retweet, share someone else's tweet. Google, to search for information. Fear of missing out. Influencer. So these new words gets added in dictionary every year or the particular time period. Tricky entity names. So these are nothing but generally tricky entity names is for novels, books or TV serials movie name. For example, In the Heart of the Night, The Godfather, Breaking Bad. So these are nothing but tricky entity names and they belongs to the particular category of either books or TV serial or movie name. Sarcasm. Sarcasm often involves a mismatch between the literal meaning and the intended meaning and often expressing a negative sentiment. That was incredible helpful. Thanks a lot. When something is unhelpful. I am so glad you decided to share that incredibly insightful opinion. When someone says something is obvious or foolish. You are genius. I never would have thought of that. When someone suggests an illogical or impractical idea. So exactly opposite meanings are there when we are using the sarcasm. For example, oh fantastic, another meeting, my favorite, when someone schedules a pointless meeting. Textual humor. Textual humor uses the use of written language to create humor, often through wordplay, puns, or clever phrasing. For example, I used to be baker, but I couldn't make enough dough. I am so hungry, I could eat a horse. Time flies like an arrow, and fruit flies like an banana. So here just that words are used, and instead of time, just fruit is replaced. A fire station burns down. After winning $1 million lottery, saying I guess I did okay. So this is nothing but the textual humor, and to understand this we require a great knowledge of languages and other things or other beliefs to understand such type of text. Different ways are handled to such type of difficulty in NLP. So knowledge about language is required, that is nothing but WordNet linguistic database, grammar checkers, syntax and semantic analyzers. Knowledge about the world knowledge database, for example DBpedia, Wikidata, context aware processing. The way to combine knowledge resources, integration frameworks, cross-referencing system. Contextual disambiguation, that is nothing but BERT GPT model, name entity recognition system. Text segmentation tools, that is sentence body detection, tokenization algorithms. Machine learning and AI models that is supervised, unsupervised machine learning, deep learning models for text understanding. Then user feedback mechanism, interactive system for clarifying the ambiguities. So it is specifically required for the chatbot application. Sentiment analysis, tools for detecting tones and sentiment. So here we can use the algorithms like Vader and TextBlock. Multilingual support, translation system, cross-linguistic database. Speech recognition and synthesis, speech to text and text to speech system, phonetic and phonological.